Well, hello, my friends. This is Christine. In case you are visiting this channel for the very first time, and if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me. Now, in this video, I want to share with you, well, today is actually my birthday, so I get to reflect. And I have been doing a lot of reflection for the past few weeks and just thinking about my progress, my growth here on YouTube, and what I would like to do moving forward in the next season per se. And also to share with you 5 things that I wish I knew before I started my channel. So if that is you, if you're thinking about starting your YouTube channel, a DIY craft channel, I would like to share with you 5 things that I wish I knew before I started, and you can see whether or not this is something for you or if you want to dive deep in. So let's get started. So I'll be looking off to the side here because I have my notes and I don't want to miss anything. So number 1 is don't wait to be perfect. I thought that I had to wait to be perfect. All you need is your supplies, your phone, and just shoot, right? Just shoot. Because once you start guessing and thinking, oh, this is not perfect, that is not perfect, the next person down the road is filming and uploading and getting their video on YouTube while you are waiting to be perfect. I thought I needed to be perfect. And at this point in my journey, I am even afraid to go back and look at my first videos because I thought they were terrible. They were awful. But as I filmed and made stuff and learned and, watch other creators, as the year goes by, you will learn stuff. Don't wait. All right. So the next thing I thought I wish I knew before I started YouTube is batching content. What is batching content? That is where you create many projects in one sitting for many videos. So let's say you have 5 videos that you need to edit and produce. And in those videos you want to have, say, 2 crafts or 2 DIYs per video. Let's use that for beginners. For that you would create 10 projects, right? One sitting, you sit down and you create 10 projects, and then as you are editing, you split those up in 5 videos and you edit. That is what batch content is. Now, in the beginning, I wish I knew that. At one point, I started doing that, but then as time goes on and you start getting involved in a lot of challenges or collaboration, then every challenge or every collaboration, some might have different themes, some might have different focus, and that just allows you to be doing more than one thing. So sometimes you find you don't have the time to batch content. If you're somebody who organizes your stuff, then that's good. You don't have a problem because you can organize. Let's say I need to do spring for this challenge, or I need to do patriotic for my next challenge. Then you can batch create all of those, right? You can have all of those done in one sitting, and then you just edit your videos accordingly, right? So that is it. Plan ahead, prep your materials, and film in batches. That really does help. You will thank me later. Now, the third thing I wish I knew before starting my channel was that YouTube is a search engine. YouTube is even the biggest search engine over Google and any other platform because people are always watching videos. And if you want to learn something, I call it the YouTube University. If you want to learn something from YouTube, of course, you're going to go to YouTube and you're going to search. And that little box at the top right there, where you type the information in and you search, once you put that information and you click search, millions of videos are going to populate based on the information that you put in that little box. Now, I didn't know when I started out, I didn't know that I could do that for my videos, right? I am going to be creating excuse me, I am going to be creating a video. Let's say I use some Dollar Tree items, and Dollar Tree for us crafters is one of the biggest category of videos on YouTube. So let's say I'm going to do a Dollar Tree theme, right? And my video is about using Dollar Tree items to create spring DIYs. Now I'm going to go to the search engine and I'm going to put in Dollar Tree spring DIYs, and whatever title or videos that pop up that closely resemble what I plan to do, then that's something that I can use. I can use that description, not exactly per se, but use that description to give me some ideas of how I need to title my video. So YouTube is a big search engine. I would say before you even do anything, before you even create, once you have your ideas, go to YouTube, put that in the search engine and search to see how many videos are there with your title, with your inspiration, especially if they are older videos with a lot of views. You can use those titles, right? Don't let anyone tell you that you can't use those titles. So you can use that, you can tailor your video around that, and that will give you the opportunity of allowing your video to rank up there. When somebody searches that same title, your video might rank up there with those videos that have already been there with millions of views, right? You get that opportunity of having your video rank with those videos. So that's number 3. And you also want to make sure that you are using keywords that people are already using, right? Someone who wants to search for something, to a video to solve a problem that they are having, they are going to be putting those words in the search engine. Let's use another example. How to build, or how to DIY a bathroom renovation or something like that, or the budget friendly bathroom renovation. Because of course this mom, stay-at-home mom who is looking at her bathroom and she wants to, just give it a fresh outlook or something, and she wants to do it on a budget, right? She's gonna go to YouTube and she's gonna search how to budget friendly bathroom renovation, and the millions of videos, well, not say millions because you can't go through all of that, but yes, there are millions of videos on there, and the videos that are going to populate are the ones closely aligned with what she typed in her search engine, right? And then she now have that opportunity of going through those videos and seeing which one relates to her. Now those videos are going to get her views regardless of how long they've been on YouTube, right? And if those videos were not there, then they would be getting the views. So that's what the search engine does. It helps you to filter out videos that are related to your content and your description. So that is number 3. So number 4, I'm getting a bit stuffy, guys. It's my sinuses. Number 4, this is where collaboration comes in. It is all about community. I can tell you that when I started YouTube, I had no one. I just started. I didn't even know how to. Prior to starting, I would watch all of these big name channels doing a lot of stuff, and I enjoyed watching them because that's how I learned a lot of things to do in my home before I actually started my channel. So when I was watching them, it dawned on me that I could, start my channel too. So I did that, but then I did not know how to reach these people. This is almost 4 years ago, right? And the first person I collaborated, well, not collaborated, I entered a challenge with was Heidi Sonbol. She had a fall challenge, and I reached out to her and was interested in joining. And then I joined that challenge, not knowing anyone, but on that challenge there were other creators. I think that playlist was close to about 20, because at that time Heidi was one of the creators or one of the channels that were having open playlists where other creators could get involved. And that is how I started getting involved with challenges and collaborate. I've met so many fantastic women become a part of my life right now, I can tell you. So find community, find challenges. If you see a challenge being advertised or promoted on YouTube and it says open playlist and you would like to participate, reach out to the person who posted it. Hey, I'm a new channel and I would like to participate in your playlist or your collaboration. You'd be surprised to know how that can launch you out into growing your channel. So don't be afraid. If you would like to start a channel, don't wait to think that you can, you need a fancy camera, you need this, you need that. All you need is your smartphone, right? So reach out to them, reach out to me, and I will link you. I have linked a lot of new creators to YouTube. Well, not necessarily new. They were there before, but they weren't involved in collaboration. And they've reached out to me and say, hey, I would like to participate. And I've connected them to our community. And their channel is growing so fast. You would be surprised, because they are getting comfortable with the fact that they can be themselves while they're creating. So don't wait, right? So now we're moving on to number 5. Number 5 says you don't need to burn out to grow. I wish I knew that before I started, because there were times when I was so busy. I'm crafting like until 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock at night, because I have these deadlines that I need to meet. I'm crafting, and then you have to edit, and then you have to do voiceovers, and then you have to do thumbnails and all of that. I mean, if you have people who can help you, but let's be honest, we as young crafters, do we have anyone to help us? No, we don't. So you have to do all of that yourself, and it can become so overwhelming, right? So pace yourself. Pace yourself. If you are able to do, like I mentioned earlier, batch crafting, if you are able to do your thumbnails, do that in batch as well, perfect. That helps a whole lot. So pace yourself. It is very challenging, right? Especially for crafters who have to do everything. I don't know of any crafter. I've never heard of any. I know there are. I've never heard of any who does their content and gives that out to editors to edit for them, because we are different, right? We are doing how-to videos we are involved. So many of us do our voiceovers after we have done crafted, and we are now watching the video, editing and watching. That's when we do our voiceovers. Now, if you give that out to someone to edit, they're not going to know what you're doing when they're watching the video, because they're not familiar with the terms, they're not familiar with the content. But for us, we can just look at it and say, okay, I was doing that, I did that, next I did this, next I did that. No, they're not going to do that. So it's not that easy to give your content or your clicks to someone who can edit that down for you. If that is a case for you, go for it. That will make your life so much easier, I can tell you, right? So I wish I knew that before I started my channel. So that's number 5. Now guys, if any of these points hit home for you and you say, oh boy, I find this to be so helpful, because there I was thinking that I need special equipment to start, that I need to come up with my own titles, that I need to script my own videos. No, I can just start. I can just be myself and start. And if you're looking for community to help you grow your channel, then we are here for you. So, right? Don't stress it. Don't stress it. So my friends, if you learned anything from what I shared, I hope this encouraged you, especially if you're just starting out your DIY journey, or if you have already started and you would like to connect with a community, this will definitely help you. If you've already started your channel, what is one thing that you wish you knew before you started your channel? Go ahead and mention that in the comment section down below so we can, start talking and help each other out. Now, so if you're looking for more tips, creative inspiration, and you would like to just check out my channel and see where I started, if you're bold enough, you can go back to my very first video on my channel and tell me what you think about it. Let me know down in the comment section below as well. But there it is, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you found value in this content. And like I mentioned before, if this is your first time here and you would like to check out my content, go ahead and do so. I have many playlists on here that you can check those out. And I hope you will learn from this video today. And there you have it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more creative projects like these. And tap that notification bell as well so you never miss an upload. Need more inspiration? Click right here for other fun DIYs. Happy crafting, stay safe, and I'll catch you in my next one.